Saloni?
Yeah, please start.
Yeah, okay. All right. So my name is Manini and I represent Trunkworks. As you all know, we our games are available in Hamleys, and we publish games for children primarily in the age group of between 3 and 10 years. That is our forte. We so let's take it from there. All our game we are identifiable by our logo that you see here, and our tagline is Smart Minds, Fun Times. So essentially, we want to teach the kids something, give them something good, but having fun is our primary focus. We want to make sure that the kids are having a good time, basically, when when they are playing the games. So, okay, next one. So, a quick synopsis on what really sets apart. All our games have very high replay value, and they are crafted to be so it is easy to, you will not get bored, or the game will not seem the same every time you replay it. It is still fun and it is still engaging. Uh, the second thing is that they are designed to be gender neutral. So it does not matter if you are if you have a boy or if you're selling to a boy or a girl. The games are tailored for both genders. Another pivotal thing is that all the games focus on some skill set that we try to develop in the kids. So it can be strategy, it can be creativity and imagination, it can be motor skills, logic, but all of this comes with a big helping of fun. So games being fun to play is our cornerstone. And the next thing is that all our games are such that they are not, we don't cater to only a specific, a background or age group. What we want is we want people to have fun playing them as a family. So all our games are family games. Even if the games sometimes say 6 years old, but they are enjoyed by people like children from 5 years, and even adults, teens and adults enjoy playing some of the games. So basically, it is across a wide age range also. And it is family time is what we want to, is what we are aiming for, quality family time. And all the games are pocket friendly. Our entire range is goes from 299 to 999. So everything is under 1,000 rupees. So it is quite pocket friendly for people to gift, to even for gifting purposes, for return gift purposes. It can work in a lot of different ways. And on top of all this, we are committed to having really high quality, meet all the safety guidelines. So there is no, they are high quality grade A games is basically what. So these are all our core values, or what sets us apart from a lot of the other competitors out there. This is what our brand is. This is what our brand is standing for. Yeah. If you look at our product portfolio, so we have three different kinds of products. We have travel games, which are card-based travel games. Out of those, we have 10 of our products are in this category. These products do very well when they are hanging at the POS, because they are very easy to pick up for a client. So if you have them at the POS counter on a hanging tab, that is how we have seen that that is the best in terms of how you want to sell, or if you want to push this, that the the packaging has been redesigned. So 4 of these are board games, and then we have 2 which we call activity mats, because they are to be used with Play-Doh or with clay, or with a wipeable marker. So the clay or the Play-Doh is not provided, or the marker is not provided, but these are laminated mats, activity mats. One teaches the alphabet and the other teaches numbers. So I will talk about these also in detail. So all in all, we have 16 SKUs under our brand right now. And each game or product of ours has simple rules. Okay, the rules are extremely simple to follow and to understand. Very easy setup and play. So we designed to make sure that you can quickly, within couple of minutes, you can understand how the gameplay, the basic gameplay works. And we on each and every packet of ours, on each and every game of ours, on the back side we have a QR code. If you scan the QR code, it takes you directly to a how to play video. The videos are between 2 and 3 minutes long, so it is not as if it is a very long video either. It tells you about all the components in the game setup, the game rules, everything is covered in that time frame. So it's a very short video which tells you everything about the game. You don't necessarily have to open the rule book or the instruction sheet to know how the game is played. This is a listing of our portfolio and the MRPs that they are sold at. As you can see, we have games all the way starting from uh, 3 years to 3+ years to 8+ years. And the MRP is between 299 and 999, depending on the kind of game. Yeah. Okay. So I think let's start off with these are our newer games. So this game is called Let's Go Safari. It's a board game for 6+ years, and the MRP for this is 699. Basically, this game teaches the skill that we are trying to develop is logic, and the kids have to spot the animal. You can see the animal tokens. So there are these wooden Jeep meeples and animal tokens, and the game board is what the game comes with. And you have to spot the animals first to collect them. You roll a dice. So if we can go to the next slide, I can show you. Now, each box, this is the reason I have put this picture from the back of the box is so that it is very clear that the back of the box explains the gameplay only in 3 steps. Okay. So the first step for the game is you have to roll the dice. The second is you have to move your Jeep token. And the third is you have to spot the animals first and collect them. So at the end of the day, there is a specific scoring rule that, okay, if you have 3 different colored monkeys, you will score 12 points. If you see one zebra, you will score 1 point. So depending on that, at the end of the game, you score all the animals that you have collected, and the person with the highest score will win the game. So as you can see, extremely simple to set up, extremely simple to play, but a very good amount of logic is involved in how the children move the tokens and how they score. So this is a fun game for sure. The next board game in our portfolio is called Scoop Mania. This is again another new launch. It is geared for children 8 years and above. So this is what you have to do here is we have these round ice cream scoop cards. You have to collect the cards according to certain rules, and then you have to make ice cream sundaes. So you will actually make like a sundae shape kind of a thing on the game area wherever you're playing. So that is why it is very attractive to children because it reminds them that they want to go and eat an ice cream. Uh, so this is again something that it's a light strategy game basically. And if we go to the next slide, uh, similar, you can see all our games have this very gameplay. I'm saying this again and again because a lot of times customers sometimes don't want to buy very complicated things, right? So we have distilled down the gameplay so that it is very simple, but still the children are learning something from it. It is not mindless. They're actually learning strategy when they play this game. So basically what you do is you collect these ice cream scoops. You have these small tokens also, waffle tokens. So you have to use them. They are like currency, they're like your money. So you have to use them, and you have to collect these ice cream scoops. And then you have these open Sunday cards. So when you have specific combination open, then you can give those scoops in and you can build your Sundays. So on the game board itself, you can have your cone and you can put your scoops to build your Sunday. And so at the end of the game, the person who has made the maximum Sunday points, so you get these yum points, which you can see near the cones. The one with the highest points will win the game. So again, this is something, ice cream is a theme that kids really love. So this is definitely in our play testing efforts. This has really, kids have really, really liked this game. Um, our third new launch in the board game category is the Hungry Hoppers. So this is a tile placement game. Again, it is a light strategy game. So in this, what you're trying to do is that you have these tiles, and then you have these rabbit tokens, and you have meeple and colors, for the player to identify the different players. But the whole point is that you're building your own vegetable farm. So you arrange the tokens with according to certain rules, and if the first thing you do is that you will have certain tiles open, like you will pick from those tiles and build your own farm. So you create your farm, as you can see here in point number 2. You create your own vegetable farm. So here you can see the turnips, the radish that we have there, right? So the radishes are all interconnected, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see 5 interconnected radishes here. So they have to interconnect the vegetables corresponding to how they match. Like with the carrot, you would put more carrots, and then you can actually make a carrot field, right? So that is how they have to make the different vegetable fields. And then they have to place the rabbits on top at the end so that the rabbits can eat these vegetables and score points. So this is basically the whole point is that we are trying to, this is a nature theme, right? And vegetables. So we are trying to teach the kids that first of all, it's a very gender neutral, nice theme, and the strategy is in how you select the tiles and how you place the tiles. So that will lead to how many points you can score to win the game. So this tile placement game is also very sometimes adults also like playing this tile placement game a lot. Like I don't know, some of you may know King Domino. That is a very famous tile placement game. But this is catered towards the theme and the simple scoring and the way the graphics are simple. It's all catered towards kids basically. Okay. The next game, this is again our fourth board game. This was first in a travel size format, but based on customer feedback, we have given it in like a game box format now, because then it becomes easier to store the dice. So the game is extremely unique in that it has 24 dice that we give along with the game. You can see here that there are 4 different colors, 6 dice in each color. So at each time, each player will actually play with 6 dice together. Okay. And the whole theme is that you have gone to a museum, and you are trying to set up a museum basically of all these different treasures, right? So each museum, if you go to a museum, there are different exhibits in a museum. So what you want to do here is the same. You want to build these different exhibits. So you want to win the cards from these exhibits. So how will you win the cards now? So what you will do is that you will roll the dice, and depending on what comes up in the roll, you will assign dice to these open cards. So there are some rules that those are explained in the rule book, but the way you assign the dice is what the game is about. So it is not a blind just you rolled and you assigned and you won the card. It is not like that, because once you assign, then in next turn you will have that many less number of dice to play with. So there is some basic strategy involved. It is not just roll and place and win. Okay. So you have to roll the dice, but again, to iterate, it is a lot of fun rolling and playing with 6 dice, is what we feel. This game has done quite well. If you actually are able to demo the game, then it works quite well. Because the dice are very attractive. Like not a lot of games actually, maybe hardly a few games actually have 24 dice, which is given with the games. And the MRP of this is extremely low compared to the point that we are giving 24 dice. The game is only for 699. So price point wise, it is very attractive from a price point of view also. So those are the four board games that we have. Now I am moving on to the travel games that we have. All the travel games that I am going to talk about. So should I take questions in between about board games if anybody has a question?
We can ask them if they have any queries.
Yeah.
Team,
So
any
if
questions?
yeah.
Any questions, any queries on the board games? If yes, you can please
No,
ask
ma'am.
them to the creators. They already got a response. No.
No, ma'am.
Then I think you can continue.
Okay. All right. So, for our travel games, all of our travel games, we have 10 travel games, and all of those are card based. They are in very compact packaging, all of them. This is one of our most popular travel games, actually. It is called Grab, and the age says 6+, but a lot of people have told us that younger children have also played it successfully. It comes with a deck of cards and 4 tokens. So it is a game of very quick reflexes. What you do is you put all the tokens in the center of the player area, all 4 of them, and then you shuffle the cards and you open the card. So now the player who has the who spots the correct token to the picture match first and grabs it will win that card. So, if you look here, right, at the card which is shown, the teddy bear is yellow in the card, but the actual color is red. The alarm clock is yellow in the card, but the actual color is green. The thing that really matches here is the blue bag. So, the person who snatches the blue bag first will win the card. So each card has a different combination of objects and colors both. So it is not very simple. It is not extremely simple as it looks, uh, because you have to quickly, it is visual perception. You have to quickly see, think, and grab it first. So it's a lot of fun. A lot of different age group, when you have a varied age group, like from 5 years all the way till like 50 years, you can easily play this game because there is nothing like one person is going to find it too hard or too easy. It's a very fair game for everyone, for all age groups. So this is extremely popular game when there are multiple age group people playing. The next game is called Story Time. This is also another one of our bestsellers. So, as the name clearly says, right, it is a storytelling game. And what we have different cards. This is only a purely card-based game. There are 4 different kind of cards. So there are character cards, then there are scene cards, like this playground scene you see here. The character is like that, superhero and fairy and all those other characters. Then there are objects that you will see, like these, like the tower made from Lego or the cans of paint. And then there are dialogues, like good manners, So like the dialogue card you see here is this, see you later, alligator. So this is for 4+. So basically, the whole point of the story is the game is that you shuffle the cards, and then one by one you start picking up the first card from the deck. So whatever the first card is, you have to start weaving a story around that card. So say the first card you picked up here is the alarm clock, right? Then you can say that the alarm went off and I woke up lazily today. Then the next card you picked up is the car. So you can say that, okay, I got dressed after I woke up and then I sat in my yellow car. And then the next card you picked up is the zoo. So you say that I went to the zoo with my friend Alex. Then you picked up the lion card. So you say that at the zoo I met I met Lazy the lion, and he was just lying around in his den and doing nothing. Then if you pick up the football, right, then you can say that I told Lazy the lion, I'm giving you a football. Why don't you kick the ball? So basically, what we want to do is we want the kids to develop their imagination and creativity, right? Some logic they will have to use to connect the different elements of the story, but it helps them to express themselves, to see where their thoughts are going. And you continue this until there are these the end cards in the deck. So when you pull the end card, at that point, you have to end the story. Okay? So this is
This Wiggle Giggle and the story time, actually, we use this deck especially for the trainings. And this Wiggle Giggle is something that really gets team members' creativity, and they come up with such amazing, actions, expressions. It was very nice, especially the storytelling. This is something that we used in when we did this engaging in conversation module. That
right.
time we use the deck. We still have those decks with us, and we use it.
That is
Yeah.
really nice to hear, it's really nice to hear. So thank you. Yeah. So Wiggle and Giggle, as now I have you as my ambassador, who can say that it works for all age groups.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah. So Wiggle and Giggle, it says 3+. So a lot of our games are like this, where the age group says 3+ or 4+, because that is like the minimum that you have to be to play the game. But it works very well sometimes even with older people, this is what I was trying to say. Yeah. Uh, so with Wiggle and Giggle, this is a gross motor game. So it is really, the whole point is to get people moving and laughing and having fun themselves and with each other, basically. So what you do is there are three different kinds of cards. One is the green, blue, and the red cards. The red cards are the basic gross motor activity. So that is centered around animals in this deck. So basically, you can have, like crab walk like a crab, or leap like a frog, or walk like an inchworm, or crawl like a turtle, or kick like a donkey. So these are your basic gross motor activities. And then you have the secondary activities, which are the blue cards, where you have to, so speaking ABC. So you have to say, if you take the first card from all of them, right? So the whole point is run fast like a cheetah, speaking ABC in a zigzag line. So you have to do this whole thing together. And because there are so many cards, so it's a different combination every time you have to do this, right? So it's actually quite hilarious when you get around to doing it. That's why the name is Wiggle and Giggle, because people invariably laugh when they play this game. This is what we have seen. Yeah. All right. Uh, the next game is called Think a Link. This is for ages 5 and above. And this is actually a thinking out of the box, like a problem solving kind of a game. Uh, there are the whole setting of the game is as if you have gone to a forest, you have gone camping. Okay, so uh, a lot of kids like the whole nature forest idea. So you have gone camping, and then what happens when you are going camping, you are coming across some difficulties, and you want to solve those problems. So that is really the whole theme of the game. There are two kinds of cards in the game. It's again a card game. So one are the problem cards, and the other are the solution the solution cards. It's actually a video there, Saloni. If you click on it, it's a GIF. It'll play. Uh, that's okay. Just go back to the previous slide then. Okay. So basically, since that GIF is not playing, I can just explain here. So if you look at the game box, then there is a card which says cross the river. So now the problem here is you have to cross the river, right? And the cards that you have in your hand are you have a raft, you have a set of pliers, you have an umbrella, and you have a map. So how would you use this to cross the river? So I think the very easy solution is that you will just use the raft to cross the river. But what if you don't have a raft in your hand, right? What if you have the fire instead in your hand? So in that case, maybe you can say that, okay, I will open the umbrella and I will use it like a boat and I will cross the river with the umbrella. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to get people, children, and even slightly older people to think outside the box, to be creative in how they would solve problems, with limited resources. So that is really and it is actually very surprising what kind of solutions the children sometimes come up with. It's actually very fun to see and watch them. So this is Think-a-Link. Uh, the next game is Candy Catchers. This is for 6 years and above because there are certain cards with text written on it. Otherwise, I mean, even the younger children can play it if they don't have to read the text. Um, there are three kinds of cards. You can see the blue deal cards, the green colored candy cards, and the yellow colored surprise cards. So this is a light strategy game. So this is like very basic introduction to strategy for children. But the theme is like in a candy shop. So you have gone into a candy shop and you have all these different candies which are on display, and you have to point to them in order to win them. So there are certain ways in which you point and win, which is part of the rules. Like if two people are pointing to the same candy, what do you do? Really, that is what the rules are. If you are the only person pointing to it, you will win that candy. So you point at the candies to win them, and then once you have the deal cards are open, so you turn in the collected, you exchange the candies that you have won for the deals, and then you collect 3 deals and you win the game. So again, the point is that kids really want to collect the candies because everybody likes candy. Who does not like candy? So that is why the theme of the game works really well in term for the kids to enjoy the game. Okay. The next game is Turbo Toss. So with Turbo Toss, this game is actually only for 299 and it is ages 4 years and above. So it is sort of so it is an extremely simple game. It is for when you just don't want to you want to keep your child entertained, but you don't want to think too much yourself. So what you do is you have multiple discard piles. Everybody gets a deck of cards. So if you are 3 players playing, then you divide all the cards into 3, and you take 3 heaps of cards. Every player takes 1 heap of cards, and you have to either match the color or the monster. It is a very basic matching game. So there are different monsters, as you can see, and there are different background colors. So you match the monster or you match the color. But the key point is that everybody plays this game together. Okay, there is no waiting for the turn. There is absolutely no turns. So if I am faster than you, I will play my card faster, then your match might not be true anymore. So I think a lot of you might have played something similar when you were children using a deck of cards. This is more designed for that specific game that we loved playing in our childhood, basically. Yeah, but the whole point here is you play together. I think that is really the key point. It is not one after the other. Yeah. Uh, I think there was a video there also, Saloni. The videos are not playing, is it?
Yeah, they're not playing it. It's going to the next slide if I press on it.
Okay. Okay, all right. I guess can't do anything. Okay. Uh, All right, so the next game is a memory game. This is called Memory Race. Now, general memory game everybody has played, right? Where you lay everything out and you open one and you make a pair. So this is a different kind of a memory game where everything is not laid out in a grid and you don't have to do the matching. So the way it works is that all players get these smaller animal cards in their hands. And the big card that you see here on the bottom side, on the bottom part, that is opened and you have to memorize that card. Now, once you memorize that card, then you close the card and you find out what is matching in your hand. So it's a very different way of playing a memory game, which is the fun element in this, which is what makes it different and nice to play. Uh, okay. So basically, what you can see here is each player has 5 of these animal cards, which are closed, because otherwise there is no memory involved, right? So you have to close the cards first and you open only the big card and you memorize them. And once you memorize them, you close this big card and then you open your cards in your hand and you see what is really matching. And whatever matches, you win that card. So at the end, the person who wins the maximum cards will win the whole game. The next game that we see here is Alphabet Flip. So this is so we actually had this out before Dobble, but anyway, this is very similar to how Dobble plays. So what you have to do is you have to lay the cards out in a grid like this, and it teaches both alphabet and phonics. Okay, so half the cards are alphabet only and the other half of the cards are phonics. So 26 plus 26, that is how you have. And you flip one card at a time. So here you see that this card with the sir has been flipped. Now you have to match the sir to the corresponding sir. So you can see sir for sun in the top, right? That is sir for sun. Then you will see sir for sunglasses, which is the bottom right card. Sir for sunglasses. Similar to that, you find that letter S on the letter cards also, like the ones that you see in the first row, the third, yeah, there, and also the third card in the first row. So we have both capital and we have small s also. Okay. So you do small and capital letter matching, and you also do phonics. So you do matching S with the correct corresponding word. So there are 3 matches in the alphabet and 3 matches in the phonics part. Okay. All right. So the next cue is my favorite things. These are actually playing cards and they are designed specially for children. So all the cards have these fun graphics. Like if you look at the hot air balloon, right? It has 2 heart-shaped hot air balloons. It is 2 of hearts. So 2 heart-shaped hot air balloons. If you look at 7, right? Then it is 7 of clubs. So the sails in the boats are shaped like clubs. 8 is like a guitar, right? So then 4 is a cupcake. So all of these are basically the graphics are such that the children are going to like seeing them. It's a double deck of it's 2 decks of playing cards packaged together. Yeah. All right. So the next are these activity mats that I talked about. They are to be used with clay and they help in the fine motor skill development. What they have is they are double-sided. They have numbers on one side and then they have these creative prompts on the other side. Okay, so the numbers so there are 10 of these mats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 to 10 numbers, and 10 on the reverse side. And then you have one plain mat, basically for them to put clay or whatever. So this is the sample usage of the play clay mats. If you look at the number side, right, the number is 6. So what the child has to do is that you trace the 6 using clay or a marker, right? That is the number tracing. Then you roll the balls of dough and you put it in the dots in the dice. There are 6 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again, you're reinforcing that. And then at the bottom, you have the number grid. So you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you roll 6 balls and again you and on the other side, we have these creative prompts. So as you can see here, the there is a blank person, right? Now, depending on the imagination of the children, they can make a pirate, they can make a girl who is going out, they can make a princess, they can make whoever, wherever their imagination takes them, basically. They can make a mermaid, they can make a witch, they can make a superhero. They, so basically what we are doing is we are giving them these creative prompts. So in terms of creative prompts, I think we have a face, we have a human figure, we have cake, we have Christmas tree, we have underwater scene, we have a garden scene. So that really helps that imagination and creativity. And the best thing about these mats is that they are laminated. So they are wipe and clean. Very easy to put away. So you just put all the clay away and you wipe with a damp cloth and that's it, you're done. You don't need to do anything else. So there is no fuss in taking care of the mats or anything. They're very wipe and clean and easy to use. And in the similar concept, we have the animal alphabet play clay mats. So here, each mat one letter of the alphabet. So A to Z. So we have 13 mats double-sided. Yeah. And again, you do alphabet tracing and you do alphabet. So basically, if you look here, right, you need the clay and actually, okay. So we have, let me say the tracing part first. You trace the big and the small letter of the alphabet with clay, basically, and also with a marker. The strokes are numbered. So if you look, right, we will tell them that, okay, this is first you have to go from this point to this point. This is how you write W. So if you see W, then you will start from that stroke will be 1, then 2, 3, and 4. So we have given them direction on how the stroke also should be when you're writing W or when you're writing any letter. So that is one part of the rooster here, right? So R is for rooster. The name of the animal is mentioned. And also there is one characteristic of the animal that we have left blank for the children to fill with clay. So now the rooster has these colorful tail feathers, right? So we have left the tail feathers, which is a characteristic. So the parent or the caregiver can also talk about this to the children if they want to. Like if you look at the walrus on the other side, then the walrus has these tusks. So the tusks are left white, so the children can fill them with clay or they can color them in with the dry erase marker. And the owl has the big eyes, right? So the area around the eyes is left white, so they can trace it or they can color it if they want to. So basically, these are the two activity mats that I was talking about. One is the numbers one, and the other one is the animal one. The next travel card game is Mission Cleanup. So basically, this is a balancing and stacking game, and the whole theme is environmental awareness. So what we want to teach the kids is that we want you to that the oceans have become full of plastic now, and you want to clean up the ocean, basically, is the goal of the game. So you arrange you build the whole ocean, in the way it is shown. Each level also has a figure of what level of the ocean it is. So you can see that the bigger cards, they go from dark blue to light blue. And the numbers are the folded cards, and you roll the dice. And if the dice rolls a 4, then you have to pull out a card which has number 4 on it. So all these cards are denoting the plastic trash that you see in the ocean. Yeah. Depending on what is written, you perform that. But the whole thing is that the thing should not fall when you're trying to remove all this trash from it.
वही लग रहा है.
So this is basically basically the 10 travel games, 4 board games, and 2 activity mats. This is our current range of SKUs that we have. Just to recap some specific selling points. All the games are affordable. Actually, there's a typo here. I'll clean that up. But all of them are priced $9.99 and below. Yeah. They're all extremely high quality. And our whole goal is to make sure that the kids have fun. Because if they don't have fun, they will not play the games again. We don't want that. We want them to play more games and learn more things. So all the games, we make 100% sure that the kids are going to have fun playing those games along with learning something. And the travel games are extremely compact. They're easy to store, carry, and everything. And as we've said, we design for everyone, girls, boys, young, old, it does not matter. We don't want people to get bored. The rules are very, very simple. You can easily set it up and play very quickly. It's not a lot of setup or, cumbersome thing. So it is very easy, simple rules, easy setup, and play quickly and have fun playing it. So that is really what our brand stands for, we want our products to stand for. And especially the travel games, we have seen that they do really well when they are at the POS on those hanging tabs. So I think just something for all of you also to keep in mind on where the games are being displayed in the stores. So I will open it up to questions if anybody has any. Otherwise, we have a Google form link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sharing it or Saloni sharing it?
Saloni can share it, I think. Yeah.
If you can share that in the chat box. Team, of course, if you have any queries, TrunkWorks is not new for us, but yes, they have some new SKUs. If you have any queries, please ask them. They're right here. And thank you everyone for joining the call. Of course, big thanks to Saloni and Manini. We had some good 70 plus participants over there for the session. And team, please stay, hold on. We need to fill the attendance. Otherwise, of course, you attending the class, I would not know. So please hold on. They are sharing the link with us.
So a big thank you to all of you for attending the training. And I also hope that the training was useful in terms of what our brand is and what our games are. As you know, as shared, we are not new to Hamleys, but we have some new SKUs. So we thought it's a good idea to redo the training, and maybe if there are new people here. And we are always just an email or a phone call away. So if you have any questions or anything at all, then do feel free to get in touch with us. Yeah.
Team, wait. Nobody is leaving the call till the time you fill the link. Thank you, Nirul. Thank you, Raj.